Hello friends, welcome to Backyard Ceramics in the Garage. And today I'm very excited because I'm firing my kiln for the first time in the garage. And right now I only have the bottom element on. I've got my kiln sitter loaded. I don't know if you can see this from here. Let's get a peek in there. Can you see the cone? No, we can't quite see the cone, can we? Well, I assure you it's in there. So I've been candling for about 45 minutes now, with just the bottom element on and with the lid mostly open, and a lot of heat coming through here, but it's not on all the way. Trying to heat it slowly. So I'll give it another 15 minutes probably, and then close the top. And then eventually turn on the top element and let it fire all the way up. I've got a cone 06 in the kiln sitter, so firing to cone 06. I've got some bisque and some glaze in there. It's a mixed load. So for a test run, oh, I can see my feet. I'm not wearing any shoes. So for a test run, I didn't want to go too hot, so I'm going to 06. My plan is to test this to cone. Well, I haven't really decided. I'm probably going to try to cone 02 to see how that that locally dug earthenware performs at 02. If it starts to melt or slump or bloat or any other kind of overfiring issues, then I'll stick with lower fire on that. But my hope is, with that plus the odd red earthenware that I have laying about, my hope is that I can actually get it to vitrify enough to be stoneware. In other words, the higher you fire it, the less porous it becomes. Once it becomes less than, I think it's 6, once it becomes less than 6% porous, then it's essentially, no longer earthenware, it's considered stoneware. It's more durable, it's more, how to phrase this, it's safer to use for dinnerware because with more porous clay, even when you glaze it, it can still have some absorbency that could allow bacteria or whatever to grow inside of it. So, there is some kind of, controversy. There's some kind of question about using low fire earthenware for dinnerware. I do it. I've never gotten sick or had any problems with it, but some people, have issue with that. And so I want to be able to fire my earthenware clay to stoneware, which it's kind of odd, but the distinction between earthenware and stoneware is not so much the clay itself, but to what degree it's vitrified. So if I can get that to vitrify without bloating or slumping or anything else, that would be good. And so I'm going to eventually try that. But for now, I'm just firing 06, just burning out the cobwebs, so to speak. So I'm going to be in my garage all day. I should paint that, shouldn't I? That's ugly. Going to be in my garage, well, not all day, but as long as it takes, and watching and listening and making sure that nothing goes wrong and that the kiln performs as it should. So hope you have fun today. See when it's time to shut it down. All right. Just a second ago, I heard click and this thing flipped. It's been about 5 hours, a little less than 5 hours for a cone 06. See how hot it still is inside. There's my reflection. Hi. So it's still very, very hot inside, but reached cone 06. So I can turn off those switches, even though that shut off power to that anyway, but that's just so that next time when I go to fire, it'll not start until I want it to. So I'm gonna let that cool, and a little later on get to see what we got. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We've got some glazed stuff. I got a little jewelry ring holder here. Nice little bowl. Creepy eyeball whistle. Another brain whistle. And then some bisqued mugs. Still too hot to handle. But I would say a successful fire. Woohoo! All right, kids. See you next time on Backyard Ceramics.